Welcome to the weekly report number 12. It is a week 12. I have missed week 11 because I was working on the back end and also learning Node.js mostly. Here are the details. Just a minute, I would like to put this like this. Just a minute. Okay, here it is. So in the last 2 weeks I have moved and I have started to work on the back end, where I have started to read the API data from one of the websites where I can get the currency rates. And I have started to use PostgreSQL database, you can see it here on the right side, to save the data from that API endpoint. So for now, what I have done, you can see it here inside the VS Code, I have started to learn how to use Express, NPM package, Axios, body parser, and PG, which is a Postgres. So here are the details about the API endpoint, and here are the details about the database, and the rest of the logic is here. So in the last 2 weeks, what I would like to mention is that I have learned how to use Express, but not in any detail, but only I would like to say it is some kind of base. I have just scratched the using the Express, but I'm learning and I'm watching the Udemy course with Angela Yu, where I have a lot of details, specific details. It is a basic knowledge and foundation as like you are going into the school, and it's very important to learn that. When I get the idea about that, I do not understand everything what they say. I go here to my project and I start using that. And what is good when you are learning over the course that I am learning just right now over Udemy is that I know what there exists. And when I get an idea how to solve that issue, then I know that there is a solution for that. So I go back and watch it again. And this is the good way how to learn what I have just figured out. And that is because when you know the basics, it exists. So after you start to working on a project, your own, you start to figure out how to use that what you have just seen. And then you start to learn again, test again, try again, fail again. And then when you make something, for example, I have done right now, I then go back again to the online course and then watch again. And then I understand much more clearly what the person would like to say to me, because I have tested that, I have seen how it works, now I understand much more clearly and it sticks to my head much more easily. So this is the way I have learned in the last 2 weeks, and this is the way how I am learning. So I am watching one specific part of the course and then I understand what there exists. I know some kind of basics, but then I go here inside the VS Code and then I started to learn. I have lots of these console logs because it teaches me how to move forward. What I have found out, it's not easy for me, at least. It is this one, await, and it is asynchronous functions, and you can see it here. This one here. The logic is that when the VS Code is running this code inside the VS Code, he moves from the up to the bottom, and I need to understand how the logic works, when the code will stop until the function is completed and then move forward, or it will skip this function, it will start running the functions, but it will start also running the rest of the code. So if you have something inside the function that you need to use, then you need to stop the code in this way and then wait until you get returned the value that you need, and then continue to run the rest of the code, because you will use that information later on. This is something that it is still unclear for me 100%, because I have figured out what is the logic and how the logic works, but I did not understand completely how to use inside the code. So this is the reason why I have so much these console logs, because this console logs inside the terminal shows me the details what is currently running, and when the code comes to the console log, it prints out in the terminal, so I know it has come to this spot. So this is the way how you can use some of the variables from the functions to see is the code is running currently inside the function, or it has skipped the function, so you're not waiting this function to finish. So this is currently what I'm doing. This is the next step. What I will do the next week, it will be using this data from the database and try to show it on the chart. This is the next step, because I have used the database to save the data from the API endpoint. Then I have made the calculation needed for the currency strength. At least this is the formula that I think it is good. And then after that, I'm saving these results inside the database. For example, this is the variable D, here it is the value in percentage. For example, minus 24% is the USD euro, it is the current strength. The code I have written right now is basically for two currencies, because I'm doing this only for two currencies with the 2 dates. When I figure out the logic, for example, this is the one here, just a minute. This is the first function, read data from the database and filter the symbols. Now you can see here are the symbols, and I'm currently running only few of them, only for euro, USD euro and USD GBP. I have several here, several of these symbols, and I have many of them. But I'm not doing everything at the moment, because I would like to make only the test. For example, this is the one I'm making the test. When the test works for 1 or 2 symbols, then I need to scale it. And this is the way how I'm using currently the database. I'm populating with a few data and then moving forward. Now it is the step to show the strength on the chart, and when I finished with the chart, then I will move to scale to all of the symbols. So this is the idea for the next week to make it happen. Currently you can see on my website, here it is, on Self-Taught Developer, I am putting here on certain days information what I'm currently doing. So you can also check on this website what is the current status. You can see it here. The day I have worked on the Node.js index file to read the data from the database, and so on to make the calculation. If you would like to follow me, you can also do that by checking this website, currently what I'm doing each day. Inside here, it is CSM, you can see it here. When you click it, you get on the website I have tried to copy. This is the currency-string-meter.org, and I would like to make it the same. So I have put the content here, except the chart section that I will build currently with VS Code, what I'm currently doing. So I hope it will be possible to see some kind of a chart with these details from the database next week. So for now, currently this is the week 12, and that is 3 months when I have started to learn, and also to get this result. So I think it is very good by using only 2 hours in the morning, from 4 a.m. until 6 a.m. and it is nice to see these kind of results. So in the next 2 months, I think it will be already finished, I hope, and later on I think I will move to the next project. But until this project is finished, I will wait until I move to the next one. So this is everything that I wanted to say. As a conclusion, I would like to say it is very important to learn from the course the basics and the foundation, and to work on the project. And when you are working on the project, return back to the online course or any other course that you have watched, because it will be the best experience you can get, and it is the way how you should learn how to program. And I think it is the best way how to learn everything. Second thing I would like to mention, what could be the best way how to learn programming is to have your own project. I have watched the online tutorial and also online courses, and they have some kind of small task or small project, and most of the time I have lost my my focus working on that project, because it was not interesting to me. I needed something that is interesting to me, and that is forcing me to move forward. And when I have my own project, I know what I want to do. This is something that is forcing me to learn and to test and then learn again. So having your own project is very, very important in learning. So I would suggest that you find some kind of a project that you would like to build, some idea that you have, and find similar on the web, on the net, and if you can, copy it by building your own code. So this is all what I would like to say in this weekly report. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. So this is all. See you next week and bye.